Hi, I'm Kazuyoshi Hisano. This is my question today. Do you think you need to change? Or do you want to change? I'm asking this because it's related to the topic of this series, which is challenge. Challenge sounds like doing something more, a little bit harder, difficult thing, and which will help you move forward or improve. So usually if you want to change, probably you will need to challenge. And what does it mean to be challenging? I see some sense of time included in this concept. Despite the fact that the word does not necessarily contain the sound of a long period of time, like a one-time challenge would be there, like you are standing up to ask some question in a big conference, like imagine that the CEO of your company have came to your town hall meeting and asking for a question, and you'll be standing up, Mister, I want to ask this question, or things like that. Maybe that is a small challenge, taking one step. But what I feel is that that's kind of a challenge and not necessarily like a trying to do something, a little bit standing up. However, if you want to achieve something big, then you will need some more time, certain period of time, so that you will be able to work on. And now the point will shift to whether you can continue during that period of time or not. So I respect stepping up and challenging something, like a bungee jumping, maybe a challenge for anybody. It would be only a second or 2 seconds. However, what's powerful and much more meaningful, maybe, challenge would be something that you would keep doing for a long time to achieve something. And I guess a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I've spoken about the limit of capitalism or structural hierarchical organization, or those kind of wonderful concepts which came from the 20th century and which are not necessarily going to fit with the new way of life of 21st century. So I started today from the challenge of an individual, like you and me and your family, or each person's challenge. However, I'm trying to extend this to the organizational or social challenge. And there are going to be a huge hassle to overcome and deal with the change of the world and society because of the technologies, but not just because of that, also because of the environment change of this planet. And of course, the perception of the people have grown from the traditional stereotype or simple one to much more accepting the real diversity and the complexity. And this would require us to be much more matured in terms of seeing the world and understanding the world, and also expressing something that you want to say, which you feel actually. So, if you don't do anything, just a wave of the change will come in front of you, and you just will try to deal with that. You just will try to maybe survive with those changes. And yet there is another option, and because this series main topic is about challenging, I would say that I'd like to say that each of us has the power, bigger power than you actually think, to make an impact to that change. So now it's going to be the days that, of course, we have to live our daily life, and yet at the same time we will need to think what is going to happen, and maybe why is that, if possible. And also think about what you can do for yourself and for the people around you. Let's not expand this to the entire world, but at least to the people around you, for the people around you. Then I believe that the term challenge will be much more required and will be empowered, will gain power, meaning throughout the people's mind. I'm saying that we will need to stand up and challenge to the changes that are going to happen, and also maybe proactively we need to speak, address, and face the challenge, face the change, and start making a challenge so that you can deal with things that will happen. And in the English term, challenge is not that big word, like it brings a lot of difficulty. I don't think so. So if you just think about the change that is going to happen, and if you just feel that there are things that you need to do for yourself, and you better do something for the people around you. Today's talk is about, let's step up and let's face the change of the world. And I believe that only by that, doing so, we will be able to make our life better and happier. And in order to do that, that's one thing, is that challenge includes the sense of certain periods of time. So you keep challenging, you keep doing something, and that could be called as in a bigger, more abstract sense, it's going to be a challenge. And in order to do that, my suggestion is that we will need to acquire the skill to form an own habit which helps us keep doing something, and which will be eventually called as a challenge. So my point today is that, alright, challenge is so important, and it contains a sense of the time duration, and therefore my suggestion is that why not learn, understand, acquire the knowledge, skill of habits forming, or designing your own habit, which enables you to keep doing something. Thank you for listening. I know it was a little bit challenging topic. The reason because is I was asking you, forcing you to think more concrete or more abstract, and start looking at the world in a different way, and try to just think about what you can do. So this is talk. I know it was a bit different from the week ago. However, this is what I wanted to say, that let's keep doing something so that you can make your life better. That is today's talk. Thank you for listening, and I wish you would register for the podcast, and hope I can speak with you again soon. Thank you.